Oh,
but it's funny.
My mother-in-law's gonna watch this. She's gonna be like, these guys are idiots.
All right, welcome again, everybody, to another episode of the Bros on Beers podcast. Now live on video, streaming for you all on the YouTube, on the interwebs.
Coming at you live.
So we got our regular crew here tonight. I am Flex Ruffus. We also have newcomer to the show recently, Strat McCarty.
Strat McCarty coming at you.
And we've got
Creature Kowalski. What's up?
And we've got another newcomer, another twin. Surprise, surprise, it's Wiggy, twin of
Pretty
Pearl.
shocking hearing it sound newcomer because I've been here since the beginning, but we are now going by Wiggy.
He's an old comer.
We're doing this for the video here for you. So
welcome,
Wiggy,
new guy.
Wiggy's been here all along.
Hi,
He's
old
no
comer.
new guy. Yes, old comer is
The newcomer.
That's what she said.
So we're trying something new
Flex.
tonight. We've got some video set up. We don't know if it'll ever see the light of day, but
Let's hope.
I do hope
hopefully
it
it will.
does.
Well, it's seeing the light of basement right now, so.
Or half of creature.
So what's everybody been up to? Have you had a good weekend? Anybody
It
do
has been a
anything
good weekend.
interesting?
Yes. There's some NCAA basketball going on. We'll talk about that a little
I've heard
later.
about that.
Yes. It's good
A
stuff.
lot of upsets.
A lot of upsets. Yeah, there's some funny teams left over. There's not much left.
Is Fairleigh Dickinson still in
FDU, wasn't that?
Yeah.
I think they did actually.
Fairly
advance.
it? Did
ridiculous.
they go to the 16 or I know they're in the 32.
Yeah, they beat. No, actually, I'm sorry.
This is the 32, right?
Actually, I think they lost to Florida Atlantic.
All right, so
So
again,
original question
they're
is,
do
not-
not come
still in
to
it?
us for
Sorry.
actual information.
Yeah. Well, actually, that is my
allowed.
discussion
Yes,
today.
they
which
are
is
a team that played basketball.
college basketball.
They
So-
play round ball very well.
No, FDU did lose to Florida Atlantic. So
Round ball's awesome.
sorry about that.
Awesome.
Sorry,
Well, this
FDU
is
fans.
the first year in like a decade that I didn't get in a bracket, so I'm paying zero attention this year.
Me too.
unfortunately.
Yeah, another old member of podcast one was just talking about how his daughters were getting into it, and they're like, "Let's get really involved in it. Let's watch." I forget what team it was or whatever. I think it was.
Good story.
I can't remember.
I remember it was so hysterical. These,
Let's go with Kansas.
what are they?
Well, he
you know,
got his daughters really involved, and they watched the last 10 minutes. Oh, it's Purdue, and they watched the last 10 minutes of the game. They were all excited. Love my brackets. Purdue's winning. And then Purdue takes the loss. So we got Purdue losing, Kansas losing. Yeah, a lot of number ones out. So I think there's still Alabama and Houston left over. So we'll talk about that a little later. But
Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
great.
I went through the gauntlet of high school musicals this weekend. I know I'd put out some, soliciting to you guys to maybe check out Spam-A-Lot because we're all Monty Python fans, or at least most of us are.
not myself. Sorry, I have
What?
no idea what that is.
You don't know what Monty
I have
Python
no
is?
idea what Monty Python is. No.
Wowie.
No.
Oh, man.
You surrender monkey.
Yeah.
You
Let's
mother
get Pearl
smells
back
like
here.
elderberries. Your mother smells
Pearl
like
Milling,
elderberries.
Do you
Yeah,
not
that
know
was
what it
good.
is, or you just don't like it?
Run away.
I
Run away.
Never. I can't say I don't like it because I've never watched it.
So you're
Have
just
you
not
ever
familiar.
looked at the bright side
You have
of
to
life?
watch. You have to
No.
watch The Holy Grail.
You've
Oh, yeah.
never.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You've never looked at the bright side
I know
of
the
life.
professor had mentioned something.
There's also it's like a movie which is like the greatest hits of all their sketches called
Okay.
And Now for something
Something
completely different. Which
Okay.
I think that's,
Minus the parrot sketch or something like that, right?
no, the parrot sketch
Oh,
is
is
in
it?
there.
Okay, they do.
Can I ask if this is something like Between Two Ferns or something like that?
I mean,
where
it's
just,
like dry,
kind of you make it up
dry
as you go. kinda
British
thing?
humor,
Wow.
you know.
Okay. Now, is this British like the
It's
early Bros on Beers episodes where they speak another language and need the
yes.
subtitles?
They speak.
We were
Yes,
on
it
the
starts
Different
out
whiskey
with
with an
Norwegian.
EY.
No, the early Bros on
It
Beers.
What
starts
is that
out
again?
in Norwegian.
What a whiskey
And
with just the Y. What's that?
Oh, that's for any country that doesn't have an E in the name of the country.
Like Japan.
They drink
So
whiskey with
Japan.
Because I have Japanese whiskey and it
So
doesn't
it ends
have
in
the
a Y.
Yes,
There's no
there's
E.
no E.
Yes,
in
that
it.
is actually.
All
an
right. Well,
improvement,
that
so,
the math
nice
checks
to-
out on that.
Yes.
And that's
For
what-
most
Is that
Monty
Michael
Python
Scott
is.
with an E or you want?
Anyway, yeah. So you've some.
Yeah. So
Drama?
we had that, and then my daughter had another play which I had never a musical which I had never heard of, which is called Something Rotten. That was pretty funny. It was it's about these guys in the Renaissance that they want to try to put a play together that's gonna outdo Shakespeare. And
The Bard.
so this guy goes to like a fortune teller, and the guy tells him that in the future, if you want to do something better than Shakespeare, you've got to do musicals because that's the next big thing.
Right on.
So but the fortune teller kind of, and he was trying to think of Hamlet, but he kind of like screwed up the name. So he said the next big play by Shakespeare was going to be Omelet. And so the guy tries to put a musical together about omelets.
Funny.
So it's pretty funny. It was really, really well done.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my weekend. Actually,
Well,
the past
I
two
do have a
weekends.
question. Like Don Quixote. You guys read Don Quixote in your high
I
school?
don't like donkeys.
Don Quixote.
No, I
You didn't
don't
read
think
it
I read
in
it.
your
I don't think I read that.
No,
All
I
right.
have.
So my new curriculum. I'm a school teacher, and we read Don Quixote. So
That's
I
funny
thought Don
because your
Quixote
brother was also a school teacher.
really.
Pearl. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's your brother?
Yeah,
was just-
yeah.
yeah.
It's
Twin.
a twin brother. It's
I know
a lot
that
of.
guy.
My cousin taught with him
similarities.
for a few years too.
So, I just thought that everybody read Don Quixote in high school. Anyway, so that was going to be my parallel to that, but apparently nobody here has done that.
If you like,
But Don Quixote is about a night that.
Cue the wah wah
Yeah.
wah.
well,
Yeah, all you Don Quixote viewers out there, you get to us on our website here. But I thought that was relating to your drama that you were talking about here.
well, to tie it back to Monty
He's
Python.
a fake knight that was going out and doing some crazy stuff, and nothing ever worked out. It was more of a comedy, and I thought Don Quixote also fit well with your nonsense.
The windmills.
Monty Python.
I
Yeah,
don't
Monty
think-
Python nonsense. But
Well, Terry
you
Gilliam.
know Don Quixote.
I don't, not personally.
Ah, so you met him?
I know
On TV show,
donkeys.
Fonzo.
I know donkeys,
Oh, okay.
and I
But
know
now's your,
Don.
now's your cue to say, how does that relate to?
Terry Gilliam, who is one of the people who was the mastermind behind Monty Python.
He was
Okay.
the
one of the
illustrator.
greatest
Yeah.
directors of our time. Did Time
12
Bandits,
Monkeys.
did
12
The
Monkeys,
Adventures
yeah.
of Baron Munchausen, 12 Monkeys,
Brazil.
did
Brazil, yeah.
yes, Brazil, legendary. But he just a few years ago with Adam Driver did a Don Quixote type movie. I cannot remember the name
Yeah.
of
I
it.
believe it was
Heard
called
about
Don
that.
Quixote.
Yeah,
was
it was actually-
was it
it
called
was
Don?
that,
I
but-
think it had like a different name to it, but yeah, you
But
should check
did you
it
read
out.
the book Don Quixote or no? So you only know that from that. I
So-
still don't remember.
Yes,
I
I
can tell
read
you-
Don Quixote a few times.
Okay.
Yes.
The whole-
Cervantes.
How long was it? Is it like 1,000 pages, 800 pages?
You never read it?
No, that's what I think.
It
the
is
discussion
1
was.
million pages divided up over
I never read
14 volumes.
I never had to read
Yeah.
it.
Released once a month every 4 years.
Okay, I don't know if that's a
Wow.
lot, but in 5th grade we read the short
Yes, it's a
version,
lie.
which was about 150 pages.
I was like, I was gonna say.
I don't remember.
are you
It's
teaching
not like
Don
a
Quixote-
giant book.
Don
It's
Quixote?
like, you know, a
I
regular.
thought it was over 2 parts, but
I think there might have been like a sequel to it. Don't hold me to that. But they did. The Man from La Mancha was a musical.
well, that's what
based
it
on
actually
Don
is.
Quixote.
It's Don Quixote, Man.
The Man from La Mancha. Yeah.
So, anyway, I thought that
Well,
related to
what
My
is-
uncle Nick
I'm,
fell
I'm
asleep.
sorry to have derailed this whole, this whole podcast.
This is the Terry Gilliam Don Quixote podcast. By the way, we drink beer.
It's going to be a little bit more difficult to edit all
History of
this
Terry
stuff
Gilliam. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That version of that movie is amazing.
Anyway, it's our first
Gonzo.
live video.
Gonzo.
So there's a lot of pressure with
Yeah.
the video and also the audio. So-
Gonzo.
There's a lot of.
Thank God we're not live streaming. We still have some editing capabilities.
What is live?
So anyway, yes, this weekend was not much going on. You guys have anything else?
I had to work.
You had to work?
It was St. Patrick's Day.
I had to work
Yeah.
on Saturday, and then
Okay. We had St. Patrick's Day this Friday for everybody.
except
So,
for
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Didn't do anything. I don't
Oh,
like
is
going
that
out.
Finn?
I'm done with
Hello.
busy bars. And
yeah,
See, it's hard with the video because you can't
Swap.
fake anything.
yeah.
people.
What do you mean fake?
This is Seamus McCarthy.
This has been ruffish.
Well,
Come
speaking
on.
of Irish, I believe, isn't Bill Murray Irish? Isn't that a Irish person? Murray? Bill Murray. Well, anyway,
know.
Bill Murray, I know you're going to be watching this, but I do have your wardrobe on here from Willie Murray.
He's talking to Bill Murray.
I was about to throw in my little Irish there, but I don't have it. So, my little Willie Murray. So,
Wait, do Irish
You
again?
can order the jacket.
yes, you can order
via
jackets at
below.
WilliamMurray.com. Great clothing there.
I feel like Bill Murray really needs this plug. He's like, oh, thank God I'm.
Oh, my
Yeah.
sales have been slumping. What are we
St.
gonna
Paul
do?
Saints,
Wait,
right?
Hold
what's
on.
this YouTube video?
I have a
Thank
beer
God
here.
for Bros on
Oh,
Beer.
Is that your Irish brogue?
This is my Kane.
Get it?
Brewing.
Brogue on beer?
Oh, by the way, now that we have video, I'm the guy that wants to be sponsored by Kane. I'm also the guy.
That was
Say my
Pearl.
name.
That was
Actually,
your.
that was
your
Pearl,
Pearl.
not
That's
you.
not you.
You can't
you're
take
trying to
credit
jump
for that.
into
Pearl is
Pearl.
getting beer delivered to his house as we speak.
At this
Yeah.
moment. Wait, is he getting it left at the house? Because apparently when we started this podcast,
Oh, God.
we all had our beer here, but somebody didn't.
Beer
Don't
here.
remember who didn't.
Yeah, this
Well,
podcast was
somebody
supposed
had
to
to do
start
a little-
hours ago.
Yes, hours ago. But somebody had to do a little bike ride home and pick up their beer out of the freezer from that technique we watched last week.
All right.
So, that
Well,
might have been Creature.
speaking of beer, should we
Yes, let's do
start
it.
talking
Time to
about
start drinking.
Yeah.
the beers?
That's what it's all about,
That's
right?
why we're here, right?
So we're gonna do.
It's all
We'll do.
about-
We'll go through our beers and then we'll do the what's streaming. So we'll do the bottoms up segment. Bottoms up.
Sounds like a plan.
So
Surely.
who would like to
Apparently,
go first?
Creature would like to go first because he's laying
All
his
right,
beers
there
out
we
right
go.
on the table right
Why don't
now
you go
on the
first?
cameras.
Because you don't even have beer, so
Yeah, he's got apparently wine. Is this wine for us?
Is-
mead.
It's called cider. And
Oh wait, we actually have to try this
it's
stuff.
this
Oh,
Oh,
great.
I forgot about that.
I
Let's
like
go back
how you
to
keep
the
it in that
remote
tampon.
sessions.
This is actually his creation, by the
I
way.
love that. It's
You
not
wrap-
my creation. It was my.
You wrap,
but I love it.
moisten in wet paper towels, wrap them around, put it in the freezer, and if you buy beer, like this was off the shelf,
And then you leave it
was
at the
warm.
house and ride your bike. And then,
It cools it down and makes it really cold. Beer I chose, or it's not a beer, as everybody said, it's a hard cider. It's Ironbound, original hard cider. They're a brewery, or a cider maker, located in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Their website is
as he's looking up his information,
ironboundfarm.com.
our location is the Jersey Shore.
You can go ahead.
You know, exit like 91, 75, this or that. So we tend to
80.
hit
82.
82, hit breweries around here. So now that he's found his page.
So this is a local brewery. It's because we live down the Jersey Shore, you know, about the exit 82 area, that's what I was going to say.
Sorry, man. Cheers.
No, it's their original hard cider. It's 5.2% alcohol by volume. And right on the can, it says that Ironbound Farm is building a network of growers, makers, and purveyors to create a local food economy that's decentralized, inclusive, and tailored to our community's resources and needs. They actually do have a farm. I'll be talking about that later. I won't get into that. But they incorporate regenerative farming, which is basically, you know, kind of like a sustainable farming, mainly minimal soil disruption and a disturbance in composting. And the techniques that they use and the apples that they use, be getting into that in a little bit, date back to when Washington was here. New Jersey. I got this all from their website, by the way, and their website is amazing. It's filled with information. I'm just kind of like condensing it all down here. I'm sorry, what?
So they have like 250-year-old apples. So there's-
Not literally, but they're called Harrison apples, and they're considered one of the best cider apples to use for beer making, for cider making. And back in the day, Washington actually considered the New Jersey cider the champagne of ciders. It's really well known
Cool.
with that, yeah. And
I just heard a story this weekend that they were talking about Laird Applejack.
yeah.
And somebody said, was it Jersey Lightning or something? It was Washington's favorite favorite drink, and it was put out by Laird.
Yeah, Laird.
Well, you wonder. I know this is a
Laird.
little off topic, but like we're all men. We like to drink. When the settlers came over here and they started a colonization, what alcohol did they drink? Because they were craving it, right?
Well, they had to.
I mean ciders. I mean did they bring barrels over of IPAs?
That's how IPAs and ales and ciders, beers, all that stuff was basically they had to drink it because the water was you couldn't drink the water.
But they also couldn't create their own beer here, so like
Everybody created their beers,
sure
meads, ales.
I don't mean that. I mean right
Ciders.
when they got here, the first month after arriving on the shores.
I mean, they brought beer with them.
Yeah. Is that the IPAs? Is that
Not necessarily, but
remember we talked about, I think last week.
the
or last
travels
time?
of
Yeah, you had to add more hops to it.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Imperial
around
IPAs.
the Horn of
Yeah.
Africa.
Yeah.
To go to India.
I just want to
Sorry.
put a point on this. So the Laird family of Scobeyville has been distilling Applejack a long time. How long? They once gave George Washington the recipe.
Wow.
So that was the...
Oh, so it
Unbelievable.
wasn't beer then. They were drinking
Yeah.
No,
whiskey
it was Applejack brandy.
and brandy and
And if anyone doesn't know, George Washington was our first president.
What's a president?
Well,
That would be what he is. They incorporate that regenerative farming.
Wait, who's
And
Statler
they
and who's
actually
Waldorf?
they actually have one of the largest plantings of Newark's own Harrison apple. In early America, Harrison apples were renowned apple cider apples.
I have a question for you real quick.
What's up?
About this brewery, Ironbound.
Yes, sir.
Do they only make cider, or do they make?
That's what I
anything?
gathered. It's just
It's
ciders.
only cider.
They have a whole line of ciders, and here's the deal.
And it's in Asbury Park.
It's in Asbury Park,
And it's only ciders.
their main man is an award-winning former winemaker from California that worked with a lot of vineyards out in California. Changed his tune, moved to New Jersey, and became an award-winning cider maker. His name is Cam Stark, and he's the mastermind of all
like that
these
name.
ciders. It's a really great name.
All right, let's try
And,
try some here.
Related to Tony Stark?
I was.
I don't know. I was gonna say.
I was thinking
don't
George
know.
All right,
Floyd.
guys.
Sorry.
But it's
Can
really
we bring
great.
up
Yeah.
the tasting
And so
glasses?
now-
You ever do the tasting glasses?
Yeah.
We
Can't
probably
wait
only need to open
We
one.
got to do the crack,
Yeah, right in front of the microphone.
The maker.
the raphone, the mic.
I don't want to give
raphone.
him credit for creating the raphone.
Well,
Well, his name is Mike.
Who's Mike? I'm
Got
Creature
created
Kowalski.
the raphone.
He invented the raphone.
Sorry,
You know the remote raphone.
Or a phone.
raphone. No, we'll all
Yeah, well,
Oh, God.
grab it.
we'll all partake here.
Yeah.
Let's do some pouring.
Despite
Wow,
Wait, whoa.
Here.
it smells exactly like apple juice, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I love ciders.
Are we standing in?
My
I have to
love.
reach across. All right,
Oh,
bros
okay.
on beers. This is our first.
Cheers, Ziggy Zaggy.
cheers.
Oh yeah. See, I don't know which camera this is going to be on, but hopefully it's on one of them. We're right in the blind spot there.
All right, the nose, I can really smell the Harrison apple.
Yeah. Oh my God, the H almost
Is
comes
this
out.
regenerative
This is
farming?
amazing.
Is
I
this
have
a
it.
beer?
Thanks to Jackie Simpson from Marion Hall and Marist College back in 1993-94. She got me into ciders.
This
What is happening?
is there alcohol in this?
5.2.
This tastes like the
Yeah,
cider.
it
This
tastes
is
like
we give the kids to drink. Like
I love it. That's why I like it. Because a lot of ciders have that dry taste to it.
Yeah.
This is considered, and it's funny. This is on the description of the beer. It's considered a sessional cider.
It's not
'Cause It's
beer.
a session beer,
Drinkable?
meaning you can
Yeah,
drink
got
them.
it.
You know,
I mean,
So,
it definitely.
I love it.
If someone gave it that said this is cider, like this is, I would just
Like
say,
hard cider, you know what I
I
mean?
wouldn't
Yeah,
even know it's
right.
hard though.
Yeah, that's a session, I guess, right? But I'm digging it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm kind of like been drinking ciders for years now, and this is really one of the better ones that I've had.
And
I know I say that a lot, but I give this a 5 out of 5.
If somebody gave me this, I would
this
give
is
it back.
5%.
5.2.
If you came to a party and this is all they served,
I would drink it if
I
it
would
was
have
the
to leave.
only beer left
dying
in
of
the world.
thirst.
There is nothing else to drink. Would you drink it?
I'm sorry, I would not drink this. I want to be that guy.
You're not a cider fan?
we're off to a great start.
No.
So you're not a cider fan?
No.
Well, I am, and I dig it.
Yeah.
A blend of bittersweet and
No,
sweet
keep reading
apples
more. Give us more.
produces a balanced, sessionable cider that is
mean,
well-rounded with a
it
dry,
tastes like a
crisp
cider. It
finish.
It's
definitely-
not really my thing. Yeah.
That's
Well,
I think that's
get
way
used
up
to
there.
it, because I'm going to be bringing more of them into the crowd. Ironbound, you are premier cider
Next
makers.
episode of Bros.
I know, I'm not saying
Don't
it's
listen
bad
to these
for
guys.
cider. I'm
Don't
not-
listen to these
I'm not
guys.
big
I'm
into-
flying the flag for
kinda-
sour
It
ales
kind of tastes like a sour. Yeah, I don't like sour ales. I don't
and
like
for
that.
Yeah.
ciders.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not a sour fan.
It tastes like a
Professor
cider.
is. Professor is.
It's sweet.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
something.
it is.
it's sweet, and it's got that, like it says, that dry aftertaste back end that's just delicious.
But it's
And actually, they also have their own tasting room with their own menu.
So what makes, I'm not totally familiar with cider. So what makes a cider a cider? Like, how is it a hard cider? How do they?
because
That
just saying there's no.
it's
I just
brewed.
don't think there's no.
It's
there's
basically.
No hops,
I didn't look.
there's
I
no
didn't
hops,
look deep
there's
into.
no-
No, it's
Yeah.
it's
Is there
like a.
yeast?
It's like making wine. There
It's
is
like making if you're in prison.
You're just
Okay.
fermenting the apple?
If you're in
Pretty
prison,
much.
you can.
there
make
is.
this.
I'm sure there is some kind of a yeast because with
Yeah.
wines you need that
Did Ironbound
something.
drop
What is
us
it
as
called?
sponsors
The
yet?
to give it the to allow it to ferment.
Just lost
You know,
Ironbound.
yeast.
Ironbound
I
is
forget what
listening to
that's
the
called.
podcast, like-
you need it like a.
But
yeah.
not going well.
You forget what yeast is called.
Fucking over.
Sorry.
No.
That's
But-
all I do. That's what we do.
I'm sure you. What was your
Wiggy
question?
also
You
goes to
asked
the
me?
I just don't know. I'm not familiar,
That's-
I'm not familiar with ciders, and I just don't know the process of
And
what makes it a hard cider.
I gotta say, I did not look into it that much,
Okay.
but I have been drinking ciders for a while, and it is very kind of similar to how you press. They press the apples like you would press the grapes to get the juice, and yeah, it's just a fermentation
So
process
I think
similar.
it's the yeast. Like it.
Yeah.
if
We will
you-
ask
if you
Cam
take
Stark
anything, you put
when
the
we-
yeast
when we
in
meet
it,
him.
and it's gonna start
Just fermenting.
fermenting.
Yeah,
over
yeah.
time.
The
It's gonna-
protagonist
it's
or whatever
gonna-
you call it.
The yeast is going to feed on the sugar.
Yeah.
In,
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
the beer or in the
Yeah.
cider in this case, and the juice,
Yeah.
whatever.
So Ironbound?
And the process that they're using and the apples that they're using date back to the 16th, 17th century where New Jersey was considered and renowned for its cider making. You know, the uppity ups, you know, the people that headed the port towns all up and down New Jersey and the coast of the colonies that's where they got their cider from New Jersey. And it's the Harrison apple that they're using to produce this. The techniques go way back, all the way back.
You can taste the apple. I mean, it's
I mean, it says no added sugars.
Yeah,
So
you know,
it tastes
it's-
natural. It's good.
and you know, I started out my cider thing. I was mentioning Jackie Simpson at Marion Hall in Marist. She had woodchuck.
She's
that was
watching
the.
right
I
now.
hope so. She
She
better
called-
be.
she called
She
them.
better
Like,
be.
wait,
Jackie
did I
better be.
hear about-
Jackie better be watching. We used to go to the frat parties and all that, and there was Bush Light was like the popular keg, and was always filled with foam. So she'd carry around a backpack filled with woodchuck, so she could. And I would always reach into her backpack to grab a woodchuck.
So you stole from her. Okay.
Yeah, graciously lent. Let's put it to you that way. But yeah, as far I'm obviously I'm sitting with people that aren't into ciders, but I am, and honestly, like they said, it tastes like apple juice that has that dry apple Granny Smith kind of thing on the back end. Whereas a lot of these ciders, it's all that dry. They try to, I don't know what it is with these people. They don't want it to taste like apple juice, but this is a really perfect blend of that sweet and dry.
What apples were used?
Harrison apples.
It says apples from New Jersey, PA.
I was just going to say that. Yes, they get their apples from.
Sorry.
No, you're good with that.
Is this a cider?
But yeah, it actually So.
It's most certainly is cider.
That's very good.
They get them
Thank
from New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and the champagne of ciders.
So my beer's a little bit heavier. So I think if somebody has some, I think it would be good to go maybe last or.
I got a 9%.
Is it? What kind of beer is it?
Is it?
I said it was Last Wave.
Well.
Oh, Last Wave's good.
Yeah, it's Last Wave. So.
What style of beer?
What do you got? Okay, let's do his, then yours, then I'll go last.
Oh, Cal's going?
No, he's Wiggy.
So apparently this is an ale. I looked up the description of this, and it's a malty, high ABV ale, sweet flavor, sweet taste, with and I don't know if that's the one you chose, maple syrup and a
yeah, that's the one I'm going with.
Toasted pecans.
Yeah,
and that's kind of funny because right
Is
when
it the same
similar taste.
Right when you got to Strat's house, still there? Okay.
Yeah, you looked at me like.
This guy?
Where am I?
Like,
how did I get here?
What was in that cider?
Flex mentioned that he had
start.
something with a maple syrup, which I know here because we actually have had the brewery before, but also a toasted pecan flavor to it. So this is Last Wave Brewery.
Is that in Point?
And that would
So
be
this is in Point.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
great.
This is a lovely town that I lived in for about 12 years. My children still live there. The brewery's off of Bay Avenue in Point, right by the ocean. If you don't know Point Pleasant,
No kidding.
it's a beautiful little
Unless you're drinking
town,
past that.
downtown Point Pleasant. I think there's another brewery down the street. I don't know if it's a brewery or what, because I don't think I've seen them actually brew beer there. But anyway, it's Last Wave Brewing Company. Been in Point Pleasant for probably about 6-7 years. I think they just moved their location.
Oh, did they move?
Yeah, they were. I think they were another spot, but
I know.
that I'm not sure. There wasn't much information online, honestly.
That was the last brewery that my wife and I went to right before COVID hit, and everything shut down.
Really?
Oh, really?
That's so. When I think of that brewery, I think of like, oh my god, like just like 2 days
February
ago,
2020?
we were
just
doing a
there.
flight, drinking a flight
Yeah.
in Last Wave, and next
Do you
thing
know if it was off of Bay Ave or if it was off of
at the
35?
time, I don't remember. I can probably look back at my phone and
Yeah.
February of 2020, probably.
March.
Oh, it was March.
March
okay.
of
Yeah.
2020.
Because this
Well,
is
that's
the
the thing.
3-year anniversary.
I don't think they were there then, but
No, they were.
yeah. But anyway, it's a from what I've
Either
seen
that
on
or
the
there's something
website.
crazy.
No,
in
I
that
don't
cider.
think you went there. You weren't there. It wasn't there.
Regardless, it's a beautiful site. They have a little parking lot. They have a little outdoor seating and whatnot. They have this owner Bert and Danny, I believe.
It's Ernie.
Bert and Ernie. Oh, Danny.
And I think Rubber Ducky is the owner.
Like to see
He's the
more of
one.
Danny.
Rubber
Right?
Ducky
Did
is
I
the
say that
one.
out loud?
He makes playtime so much fun.
Bert's favorite Last Wave beer is lightly salted, and Danny's is Rye Coast. But what I have here is Defroster, and it's a 9%.
It says winter warmer.
Yeah, it's winter warmer. Again, me being off season yet again, being today the first day of spring. This is 9%. Best enjoy with friends. So
Oh, I gotta leave then.
yeah,
We all gotta
have to
leave.
ride your
It says
bike
best
home.
with friends.
but 9%. So let's crack this baby open.
It's a can of beer. You don't crack babies open.
That's what she said.
That's dangerous.
All right. So where's your little sipper sip? Ooh, that's a darker pour than I expected.
Mm.
All right, can you guys pass your sips
That's
over?
That's my
You
sip.
expected a beer with maple in it to be light?
It's not clear. Why?
I expected a.
I drink
not know
Coors
what it
Light all the
was.
time. I don't know what beer looks
All right, I'll
like.
pass the can over.
No,
No.
these are pictures from that they're.
Ooh.
This is in
It's
the
got
brewery.
a
Oh, that's the
interesting.
one?
Yeah.
It's got an interesting nose.
Nice.
It smells like urinal.
So basically, I don't know. Point Pleasant is just a great town. So
I used to lifeguard there. Risden's
Did
Beach. Yep.
I worked at Jenkinson's.
Jersey.
Now, the Storinos own the whole boardwalk.
Everything and
Yeah.
everywhere.
We're probably
One
gonna
of my
be dead.
students was a Storino, so
No.
great kid. That was another story. I know before we discussed Tony Soprano, aka
James
Gandolfini, and I was living in a house over there, and I was walking into Jersey Mike's, and right behind me was Mr. Soprano, and yes. So let's smell the beer.
Oh, he's saying something?
I'm smelling a little
Urinal. That's what
No.
it smells like to me.
burnt wood. I don't know what that is.
This is an ale.
Burnt urinal.
Supposedly it's an ale.
Yeah,
It's a
it's a
multi-high
winter
ABV
warmer.
ale.
I like it.
9%.
Doesn't smell good, but it tastes good.
9%.
It's got, you can taste the sweetness. I don't
Yes.
taste maple syrup, but I taste.
I think you smell that right away.
No, it smells like urinal.
Now this is darker than you thought it was gonna be.
Only because I thought ale.
And
So-
this looks like ale color.
No, it really doesn't.
It's a little
Yeah,
yellower,
This is,
but it's,
I
what do
had
you
this,
guys think?
Remember
Definitely the
the
sweetness.
day I was at my sister's restaurant? How did that come up?
What's that restaurant called?
Klotz's Kitchen. Yeah, we were talking
Klotz's
about
Kitchen,
that, right?
yeah.
This I had this beer there.
Did you?
Be a klutz, come to klotz.
Yeah.
Wait, why would... Oh,
somebody
there.
that worked there had them.
Okay. So I tried to crack another because I wanted more of this.
Don't be the klutz, come to klotz.
Save some. We
don't-
could do a little comparison later because this is very
Yeah.
similar to the beer that I brought.
Okay.
Not a fan of it.
Yeah.
That's about as much of it as I want to drink.
Yeah. So it's definitely honeyish.
Yeah, I can
It
feel
tastes
the honey
like
taste on your
somebody
mouth.
poured mead into a beer and said, "Here, drink it." I don't like it. I
like
did
the
say
smell.
my initial was I kind of like that. I don't like it.
You can taste that maple syrup.
It tastes
kind
like
of thing.
burnt
I can,
sugar. It
Yeah,
tastes
like that's what I said. It had a burnt like wood.
yeah, like
smell.
if you're making
It's
caramel and you burn the
Yeah.
sugar,
It's like
it has
pecans
that
or nuts
taste.
or something.
Yeah,
it says
pecan
toasted
thing.
pecan, so it's
Yeah.
probably the toasted.
Yeah, that's
pecan.
true.
It's
That's
too
pecan.
much.
That's like the
It's
finish.
too much. I don't,
That's on the. That's on the.
and
hint
it
on top.
stinks. It has not a good.
I actually like it.
Yeah. I enjoy it.
If it was the last beer and no one and then everything was gone from the planet, I wouldn't drink it. No, I'm kidding.
If this
That's
was
not
a
my favorite.
flight, if this was one of the options in a flight,
Sure.
I think
Yeah.
I would do a pint of this.
Wow. Wow.
I think it would like a broader glass. I think if you open it up, and I know it's not going to make any sense, but there's different beers you
If
have.
you use it
different
and pour it
glass.
into a big giant cane mug,
Yeah.
Gonna-
Did you say Kane?
Free beer
By
for
the
life.
way, Kane.
free beer for life.
Hashtag free beer for life.
Hashtag free beer. Name a dog, yeah.
Ironbound.
Not beer, but bros on not beer.
I'm pretty sure you're not getting free beer from life.
No.
For life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, you're the only one that's ever drank that.
What's
You
that?
you
What's
get-
that alarm going off?
Oh my God.
It's bought our
Ironbound.
cider.
Oh my
His
God.
name is Stark Ironbound.
They're doing a
Iron
podcast.
Man.
It would be
On
funny. He
beer.
gets free cider for life.
And they're talking about our
You heard it
I
here.
don't want no more cider.
Harrison.
I'm not saying it. They're saying it for me.
Harrison, get your
Ironbound.
apples.
Stark, you're the man.
Harrison, grab your apples.
No, it tastes like burnt sugar. That smells like a urinal.
I must change my son's name after this.
Oh my
Harrison
God.
should not be used again.
This is our peak since George Washington.
They should call this one urinal cake honey.
Oh,
The Villager Trough Special. Those of you who aren't familiar with
It's good,
Villager
but it's
and Liquid,
dangerous because it's 9%. you
Yeah,
know?
that I thought that was pretty interesting that it was a 9%er because I was doing a little bit of research last
It
wave.
isn't listed as Imperial or anything. It's
No. So,
I like the logo.
but,
though.
I
I
would
feel
like
like-
to meet Danny. What?
I feel like though for an ale, like this is not a light ale.
No, I
And that's why I
agree
thought
with you on that.
It's
Yeah,
I don't know
That's
if
one
that's
of the
because of all
reasons.
the maple syrup. It makes it
Yeah.
a little heavy.
It's just too much flavors. That's one of my knocks
So I would-
about craft
I would
beers.
take one pint.
Yes, and then maybe try lightly salted, which is another one of their beers, or maybe a right coast, which is another. Okay, so we've heard from the right side.
I really
of the
like
tables over here.
what's it called?
How about from the left side?
I remember what I did last summer or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what you did last summer.
One crazy summer.
Is that one of their beers?
One of their beers.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
last
thought
night.
you were talking about a movie. One
No,
crazy
no.
summer. I know what you did last summer.
Not the last wave of summer. Oh.
Yeah, their website doesn't give much info
Oh, wait.
about their.
How I I totally screwed this up.
But
How I spent my summer vacation.
You're not too far off, but.
yeah, that's close.
But their website
That's a
doesn't
really
give
good
much
IPA.
info. Like most websites give like our history
Right.
and they'll tell us about like,
Right.
what year this or that, and they have pictures and they ask questions about their owners and whatnot, and they're like, "Hey, what's your favorite beer and what's your favorite
Yeah.
saying?"
Does it
and
say
all that.
when they started?
Nah, there wasn't. Nope, none of that information. So,
Oh my gosh.
I ran into that problem last
Sure,
with
this
the beer I
brewery-
did last
this brewery's
week,
not a
the
front.
Steve Austin beer.
It's a,
There was like no information.
it's a very cool.
No.
I know.
No, yeah, you have pictures, and,
I have
and
been
the
pictures,
outdoor
but-
seating
but-
looks awesome. You know,
When I was there, it was very small, and it was on. I don't know if it was Arnold Ave or.
this is Bay,
But
which
like
is-
downtown area. And
Yeah,
off
it's
the
right
beach.
That's what I
downtown.
think. It moved off
Yeah.
of downtown.
But it was small. It was very small.
I think it moved off.
Do
of
they have
No.
their own food?
No,
or
he's
Just a
misremembering.
brewery?
They didn't move. It's the same place.
Okay.
It's small.
Yeah.
I have to disagree.
Oh my
I
god.
lived there. For
Welcome to my world.
Wait.
He disagreed with.
What do you
with
disagree
I
on?
don't
Waze.
think they were on Bay. I
He
think they
disagreed
were
with
somewhere
GPS.
else.
Disagree that they moved.
Oh, you think they were somewhere else?
Just
before?
really close. Yeah, like a block away. But what we're gonna have is last wave. Will
This
get to
table's
us and
not
let us
brown.
know.
You're lying. It's not brown. This isn't called up. We're not in the basement.
You could be right.
No, I just know that there were
No,
other
he's wrong.
stores in that plaza, and they weren't there before.
But I know I was kidding around with
But
my
he was also
description
there
of it.
before, and he has pictures, so he's obviously right.
But I agree with Cal.
Yeah, I've been there years ago.
sure. All right. Left side of the table, beers.
Yep.
Very heavy.
Well, you want me to? You want to?
Too much going on.
I'll do mine now because it's.
You sure?
Yeah, it's very
Compare
similar. so-
perfectly. And it was funny because mine was actually
Ew,
compare
I have to
with,
drink this?
Yeah, we can do the direct.
Yeah,
straight
I
test.
want this?
You only doing that because you're a douche.
No, I don't
All
like
right,
it
so
at all.
this is
Gross.
for you guys over there.
So
Uh,
it says.
Waffle sauce, more. Oh boy, more maple.
Rusty Rail, been reviewed before. Not this one, but let's do it.
Okay, so a very similar beer to what Wiggy had.
This will be interesting to compare the two different brews.
So this is from Rusty Rail
Breweries.
Brewing. They are in a town in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, which is called
Imperial Brown Ale.
Mifflinburg, and it seems like it's out by like State College, kind of in central Pennsylvania. So this is called Waffle Sauce. It's a maple pecan Imperial brown ale. So very similar flavors to what we just had. Waffle Sauce is a rich Imperial maple pecan brown ale. It has a sweet maple flavor with subtle tones of nuts and fruit. The finish leaves you feeling like you're enjoying the warmth of fall. ABV 8%. What just
I
happened?
don't know what he's doing.
So this should be interesting because it's gonna be similar.
He's making fun of my nearsightedness
Nice.
and need for bifocals.
Got it right in there, right? It's very similar color to
to the last wave.
Last one. It seems like maybe a little bit lighter.
Yeah. Oh, you're
What was that one called again? Deer?
Defroster.
Defroster?
Defroster.
Well, this is a different...
I'm just gonna take a little water to...
I don't know. Poor things.
Definitely a maple syrupy smell.
Ooh, same color.
This smells 1,000 times better than that.
Yeah, this is very different. I
Light.
taste a
This
lot
actually
more
right away.
maple.
Oh, yeah.
A lot more maple in this.
Syrup right away.
This is smoother. Much. It's got an even. The one that the pecan, all those flavors, the honey.
Fought against
This
each
is
other.
more
I
of
like
a
this.
mellow,
Did they
You're
fight?
right. This one is
I haven't tried it yet.
smooth,
smoother.
even flavor.
It's easier to drink, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. What's
But
the...
it's very heavy on the maple. I'm
It
wondering,
smells like
I'm
maple.
wondering if
right
it's
away. I
too
haven't
heavy on the
tasted it
maple.
yet.
'Cause
Yeah.
But it doesn't have any other real contrasting flavors. It says pecan. What does it say in the can?
I
Maple
almost feel like
pecan.
these two beers need to be blended together.
This
From
beer.
right here, this
Tastes like...
It's a lot sweet. It's
This
sweeter.
beer
It's very,
needs to be
a little bit
replaced
too sweet.
with this beer.
What's the APV on this one, Flex?
8, I saw.
8%. So
Nice.
I
Strong.
I feel like if they mixed because the defroster I think was like toasty, like kind of like burnt
Yeah, but this one
taste,
sits
This
on the back
one-
of my
it
tongue.
harsher,
Burnt. Yes.
and this one's like it almost tastes like medicine, cough medicine.
Yeah,
a little
gonna
bit.
it
say
sits on the
that.
back of my tongue.
Really?
This
I,
one tastes like...
Really?
They
This is
somehow
really
ferment.
funny, whatever
They,
you
how they
say.
fermented. If they somehow fermented maple syrup, it,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
tastes like they
it
poured
tastes
maple
like
syrup in a glass and then maybe
watered down
mix
maple
some beer.
syrup. with-
Yeah.
What it down.
See-
When it hits the back of my tongue, it stays there.
It's still not my
I do-
favorite, but
I
if
feel
what do
like-
you call it? What are those things you say if it's in a
Flight.
If this was in a flight of ales, different flavored, I would choose this one. Maybe as
I
a
like
pint.
it better than the defroster, but I feel like it's
I don't like it better than the defroster
Oh, I
only
do.
because of
I do.
I want to try the defroster.
Yeah, I like the defroster better.
Wow.
It's too maple.
I'm not saying it, but I want to try
Yeah.
it again.
There's some in here.
Yeah, that one.
I feel like if I want this, I'll just have pancakes.
I'm glad you said that because a lot of these ales and craft beers, I'm like, I want pancake flavored pancakes. I don't want pancake flavored beer. You know what I mean? It's
so
No, I
this
know
one,
this is silly, but this falls off the back of your mouth. This one sticks to it.
This is
and
not
stays
crushable.
and
there.
that's what's
Yeah.
It's
gross.
not crushable.
I don't want beer
this
sticking
definitely has
to
an
my mouth.
aftertaste
Yeah.
that hangs there.
Try the defroster again.
I just did, and
I will.
this is so much. This one is so much
It
better.
falls away.
I
and
could
it
go
goes
for
away.
a good cider. to wash it down.
Why I have one Ironbound Brewery.
That's
Asbury
why
Park.
Creature's here.
Do you
Creature's
have any,
here for
do you have any
that.
left of that?
And he mentioned that
I've said this a bunch
when
of
we
times.
added Creature to our
The defroster.
yeah,
is there any
when we
left?
added Creature to our podcast here,
How much is there?
he was invited because he was the alter ego of
The
IPA.
He brings it.
anti-beer?
Yeah, he
Definitely
brings
a
IPAs,
different
which is what we
viewpoint.
need.
Yeah.
IPAs
You know,
are
because
disgusting
There's people that don't like
and
that.
taste like you're biting into a grapefruit, like an apple. And
He also-
single malt
he
Scotch
also
is
paid to
burnt
be on
dirt.
here, though.
Is hot
Well,
dirt.
he also paid and stuff, and he had to like
Yeah,
cut off,
you
like
know,
3 toes.
under the table
So,
treatments.
When we
you
all
know what I'm
start with
saying?
10 toes, he now has 7.
Man,
but-
this has like such an aftertaste. I still taste it.
Did you not try this before you did it?
I've been
I had
having
had
that
it
was
before, but
intentional.
I
not,
wanted to
not
start
recently.
from the beginning. Now I think it's.
And when you had it before, did you like it?
No.
No.
Well, that makes sense.
I don't know what I'm laughing at.
Oh,
But
my
it's funny.
My mother-in-law's gonna watch this. She's gonna be like, "These guys are idiots."
So far, not my
no
taste.
Irish insulting
I-
jokes, though.
Yes.
It's weird because like when I first was drinking it, I was like, wow, this actually tastes good. But that aftertaste just kind of
Yeah.
ruins
Which
it.
one?
The
This one.
Yours.
Rusty Rail.
The defroster goes right down.
No, it does not.
I
Down
like,
a urinal.
it's funny
Like I
after
say,
after
one pint.
having
One pint of the
Yeah.
Defroster.
Yeah, yeah. It's
not,
similarly.
neither of these beers are crushable. Neither the Defroster's not crushable either.
Yes, neither are crushable.
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah. Crushable, man, meaning you can just have like 3
It's funny. The Defroster tastes better now after drinking this one.
I
I
actually
think
asked
some
that
of those
Like, this is
flavors
sessionable.
from this one are
Sessionable.
joining in with the Defroster. Wow,
So-
that's really weird.
You need
Strat.
you need a little bit of the what is this one called?
Strat, I think
Waffle sauce.
you've been
It
given
is
this.
waffle sauce.
Yeah.
As
It
we
is
did last
the-
week.
it is
You
the
can
right
pour it
name.
on your
Yeah,
waffles.
May I have that?
Boys, as we did last
Thank
week,
you.
we rated every single beer for a winner, and we chose mine, luckily. But Strat, I think you got this one in the bag. All you have to do
Well,
is
we'll
present
see.
the beer.
Yeah, I mean,
And I think you got this.
So I gotta say, like,
But I am happy with mine.
and I gotta
Oh, by
say,
the way,
since they're two
I-
similar
Brewing.
beers, since these are the two similar beers, out of the two, my favorite would be Ironbound Cider. Sessionable.
the,
So, clear winner between these two beers, it's cider.
All right, so it's tied.
all right. Well, being that we just had St. Patrick's Day on Friday,
Nice.
and I wasn't sure if this was going to be
Oh,
Seamus McCarthy coming around the bend with you.
Seamus.
Hey,
Famous Seamus.
we're sucking diesel now. All right, so I've got
Famous Seamus.
from Tom's River Brewing, St. John's Irish Red Ale.
I love Tom's River.
So
Especially
this,
Tom's River Brewing.
Lived in Tom's River since
Hit that
1989.
zone. All Tom's River downtown.
1989.
so this is their flagship beer.
They have flags on their ships?
Actually, that beer was from the prior.
I'm gonna get to that.
All right.
I'm gonna
See?
get.
Oh.
See?
So here we are, St. John's Irish Red.
Go
Ooh,
Redmen.
that sounds
Are they
nice.
the Redmen anymore? Can you say that anymore?
Yes, the St.
I
John's
think
Red
you just
Storm.
did.
Oh, Red Storm. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pour it down to
Save
this
stuff for the
glass.
rest of us.
Well,
Luckily, he's got
I'm
4
gonna
more.
drink this. I got a bunch more.
This
He's
one
got
looks
4
really
more.
good.
So
Look
the
how
one
dark that is.
that's
Wow.
the thing. This is an
Yeah,
Irish red,
yeah,
like
it's
a,
Bring out one more, please.
like a Killian's.
What are you
So
pouring?
I was expecting this
That's
to.
not like a Killian's.
I know this is a
Yeah.
lot darker, like almost like a mahogany,
Yeah.
right?
That looks really
No, I
good.
didn't mean that. I just
So-
felt that. Oh, we need these cans to
Yes,
hang
we
in my
do.
house.
I got one of mine somewhere.
If you guys want to
Oh,
open
no.
this up and pour
They
it,
don't want that.
because I'm gonna drink the whole pint. So the first thing I noticed when I poured it is that it's really dark. It's not. It's
Is
a
that-
little
it's
hint of
beer.
red,
First thing I noticed?
especially at the bottom. You can see a little red, but it's not like a Killian's. It's
Yeah.
not like that red.
It almost
Mm.
looks like a black and tan, but with
So
a red
And
ale.
black.
I like the way it smells.
it was
There's left.
It's got that burnt
Oh, wow, yeah.
smell to it, but
So-
in a good way.
it's a 4.9% APV. It's like it's modeled like kind of like
Sessionable.
after a Killian Irish red, easy drinking.
Wrong word.
Sessionable.
Wrong word.
It's their flagship beer, a traditional Irish red ale, light to medium body with malt characteristics of toffee, sweet caramel, and a light roast finish.
They picked
Uses
that up.
Irish hops to balance out the malt notes and Irish house yeast to create an excellent drinkability.
Right on.
So it's pretty light. It's darker than I thought it was going to be. It's got a creamy head. The
Ew.
bodium is medium, slightly crisp.
It's only an 8.
When you smell it, you can smell like the roasted malt and like toffee.
Yeah, definitely.
That smell is
roasted
almost
bark.
Definitely.
And I almost smell like a little coffee in there too.
Yeah.
It smells like the
Definitely.
others that we just had.
No.
No?
I feel like it's
Not
very
even
different.
close.
Very different. It's very mild and clean.
It
Roasted
smells like an
barley,
ale.
medium,
Should
little medium
smell.
bitterness to it. I think that's the Irish hops in it. A little bit of carbonation. It's got like a silky, creamy mouthfeel.
Okay.
And people have described it more of as like an Irish ale, like Irish, you know,
Red ale?
yeah, because it's like darker, like I guess.
It's.
I mean, not an Scottish.
Oh, okay.
More
yeah.
like a Scottish ale.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah,
So-
it does kind of look. Yeah, it kind of looks like a Scottish ale.
Taste,
So,
I think it's more like an Irish
It's their
red.
flagship beer. So I'm going to read a little bit from. This is from the website for Tom's River Brewing.
Love Tom's River, bro.
The Irish are one of the many proud heritages that make up New Jersey's past, present, and future. A large portion of the New Jersey's population can claim Irish ancestry, and Tom's River is home to most. We celebrate the rich history of Tom's River in our diverse local community. 2018, Jim Mulligan and Augie Isrania purchased the brewery. So they bought this brewery.
That's awesome.
It was already there, and I'm going to get to that in a little bit.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Tom's River Brewery was born. His vision is to explore a wide range of beer styles through expanded yeast and hop selection, and to create the ultimate local hangout spot for beer
I've been there a few
aficionados.
times.
Let's do a little cheers here. After that
Cheers.
little bit of statement.
Lancha!
Cheers. No.
Kampai!
Slate.
Kid Mill Fulcha.
So in 2020, professional brewer and Tom's River native Matt Hines was hired as operational manager. With his vast experience of different craft breweries around the U.S., Matt has instilled the brewery the motto of "We want to make the best beer possible, and the rest will fall into place," as the guiding principle that leads every decision the brewery makes. Matt was first bitten by the craft beer bug that turned into his passion while on active duty in the United States Navy Seabees, stationed in Southern California. He came back east and was able to break into industry while finishing his degree. He's worked his way up the industry through a dedication not only to the craft but the quality as well. So the Tom's River Brewery is kind of steeped in the Irish tradition of. They have IPAs as well, but
Gross.
this St. John's Irish Ale is their flagship beer.
Yeah. After the fact that.
But they said they bought the brewery
That's what I
in
think
2018.
Yeah.
So
They took that.
Dun dun dun.
there was a brewery that it used to be called Rindoon.
Oh, you okay?
So
I wish I saved my
Rindoon
Rindoon bottles.
Nice.
was a brewery that opened up in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
It was
In
started
the same exact location.
same exact location. It was called Rindoon.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing about it.
So
Pretty
Tom's
good
River Brewery basically took over the
So they
stills.
purchased the brewery in 2018. Rindoon was they were kind of working on. They did mostly UK style beers. So they didn't really have too many IPAs but
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember that.
they were started by a father-daughter duo, Chip and Jackie Town. They opened in 2014. Both the father and daughter lost their jobs within 2 weeks of each other, and they didn't know what they were going to do. And the father was always kind of a home brewer, so they decided to open up a brewery.
Daddy gonna do what Daddy gonna do.
Rindoon was meant to be the name of this beer. It was supposed to be Rindoon.
Really?
But it was already taken by some other brewery.
Oh, boo-hoo.
So they went with
Up Tom's River.
Irish Red,
Okay.
the St. John's Irish Red, and they named the brewery
Hold
Rindoon.
on. You can't. Breweries can have the same name beer.
That's what my research said. It was a little
That's
confusing.
what the internet
Hire
said.
new researchers.
Yeah.
But
I get what you're
There's
saying,
tons
though.
of beers. that
Rindoon
have
was
names.
meant to be the name of the Irish Red Ale, but the beer had been trademarked by a cider company called Blackstone Brewing.
Yeah, cider.
I don't
That's
know.
weird.
So
maybe beers are not normally trademarked. Maybe that one they
I don't know.
trademarked it.
Maybe this could be wrong because it was a little confusing. But Rindoon takes its name from a medieval castle in the county of Roscommon in Ireland.
Wow.
And they specialized in UK style beers.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by like Pilsner, like a lager ale?
Like cask condition ales, like that type of style.
Okay.
So,
Like
but
the Boddingtons kind of thing?
yeah, I guess they had several different types of beers.
Cool.
UK style, Irish style were produced here.
That's cool.
I don't have a list of it.
Yeah,
But they had
okay.
a bunch of different beers, what they were like made. But it was it wasn't like the IPAs.
Right.
They were the one,
Right.
but they also didn't last, and they were bottling, and they.
I remember I'm pretty sure I had this beer.
So
from
I don't
Ren Dune.
know, but this is the thing. It doesn't really say. Is this St. John's Irish Red the same recipe?
It was the same.
That
name.
was going to
the
be my
same
question.
beer from the other place.
It was the same name. They probably did. Yeah.
So-
But it's not trade. I don't know.
So
It's
did
trademarked.
Tom's River Brewing, as we know it right now, have their own bespoke beers, or did they take over?
No, they have
You
their
follow
own.
what I'm
they
saying?
have their own beers.
They have their own beers
They
too.
absolutely
Oh, yeah,
have
they
their own
definitely
beers.
Yeah, but this was one that
And they've
goes-
been
I would
much more
I
successful
would
than Ren Dune.
say with 90% certainty that this beer was the same beer that Ren Dune had.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like this was their
but this
kind
is
of
still their
homage.
flagship beer.
Right. Oh, it's still
Is
their.
it?
Tom's River Brewing is listing this as their flagship
really?
beer. Yeah.
So, but it's kind of like a shout out to Rendoom.
So
Yeah.
We're still holding your flag. Yeah, cool.
so
Yeah, but okay.
I went and picked this up on Friday right after work. It was actually St. Patrick's Day, and they had an event going on.
No, I was gonna say, like, if they were gonna do that, why not call it Ren Dune?
That's kind of what I'm getting at too.
So I'm guessing that it is the.
Yeah, I think it is.
But this leads me to another thing about.
But I'm definitely picking up. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I know. So I went and I picked this beer up on St. Patrick's Day, and they were having like an event there. They had like a food truck there. They had a cigar. They had like a cigar stand
Oh, I love cigars.
right outside of the. There were so many people smoking cigars outside of the brewery, and I was reading somewhere that all the breweries in New Jersey can only have food trucks for events.
So they can't just have them on a
They
Saturday.
can't
Discussed
have
that
them-
before, yeah. One of the early podcasts we've done.
Oh,
like
did they?
episode,
I might
like 2 or
have-
3.
Why is that?
It's because the restaurant business has felt like
Yeah,
they were
it
impeding
suffers.
on them.
Yeah.
So they
Come
the AP.
on.
Well, no. You know what it is? It's the alcohol license.
Well,
It
they-
costs millions to get a license. So to
How
have
can
a
these
license
guys show up at?
anywhere and
Without a
just
liquor-
open up a
So
shed
they have
and-
limited these microbreweries.
So
they
lower
can
the
have
cost of
they can have
liquor
food
licenses, New
for
Jersey.
25 events per year. And that's it.
Yeah.
Which makes Battle River great. Maybe Last Wave too, because there's all these restaurants
Yeah, and
all around. And Battle River has like 4 or 5 restaurants right there. Like
Right.
Yeah.
the food is there.
And
You
Yeah.
can bring it. And I know you talked about a
food
beer.
trucks come. Yeah.
I know that Wiggy or Pearl, your brother, talked about a beer with a
He's
pretzel, a pretzel back
just
end.
today, we're in the liquor
Oh, I've been
store.
trying to
He's like,
find
I
So
want
out.
something
I'm
with
going
the
to Battle
pretzel.
River and I see all these pretzels coming in from Time for
Oh,
All
no
Season.
kidding.
They're bringing it in. Like you could order
you
like
go.
soft pretzels
There
almost
There you
like
go,
a beer.
man.
Yeah.
So
You know you
great-
can.
yeah.
You know you can.
The back end of that pretzel taste is what I've been looking for.
That's
Yeah.
what he's. That's what she said.
so I mean this is
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I would say this is
Tis.
a drinkable
and everything you mentioned
Crush.
about the malt,
crushable beer.
I
feel
said like
this
it's
is
got that burnt
It's funny
flavor.
because
but the malt and the
Really,
it's-
none of the beers tonight are beers that I really like.
Yeah, we all.
They're all ales.
So don't
and
drink
I almost
beer,
want to
drink
say
cider.
they're very
I-
similar.
I like porters, stouts. I also like IPAs.
Yeah,
yeah.
I like pale ales.
porter and
I'm
stouts.
not a big brown ale fan. I'm not a big, Irish red ale. I mean, I love Ireland.
I think the theme is like a St. Patrick's Day.
I'm not a fan
Like,
of it.
hey, let's try this. I did
That's
some
why
Irish. I did some Irish car bombs. They do
stouts.
Irish car bombs. Friday, Saturday? No, just me.
like we talked about
I've done.
in the past. Like my favorite beer was Headquarter.
Yeah.
That dark stout or porter
Yeah.
or in the wintertime. But I
maybe for the
love
weekend we've done this.
I like Sam Smith's.
my favorite
Oatmeal
IPA,
stout.
like local IPA is Yacht Juice. Icarus is Yacht
I
Juice,
just
and then
don't like it.
Head High is
I didn't say that.
is a
I
close
didn't say
second.
All right, well, that was a great assortment of beers and non-beers that we've put
Non-beer.
together tonight.
Yeah,
Cider.
we definitely have a non-beer in there, so we apologize for those.
So I think we're gonna come to the end of this episode.
What?
We'll do another episode right after this, but right now we're gonna come to the end of this episode.
I got 10 more things to talk about here.
And you'll talk about them
Stay tuned.
right after this when we come back into the next episode. So thank you for
And chill
joining
to the next
everybody.
episode.
When do we vote? At the end
Sorry.
of the next
the next
episode?
episode, yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah,
chill.
well, next episode we'll vote on the actual winner. Well, not necessarily winner, but our favorite beer of the night. So thank you for joining our first
Winner.
ever
Video feed.
Yeah.
video episode.
If I'm wearing the same shirt in the next one, it's because we're just gonna.
It's editing.
It's because I'm gross.
Because editing.
It's all green screen. All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Lovely.